Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Today we're going to do a video on homeschool. If you're not subscribed to me for homeschooling, then I'll go ahead and see you in the next video, okay? Alright, so today's question is, how do I keep my toddler busy during school hours? And the most helpful thing that I did came from Terry Maxwell, and I'm going to link their website down below in the description. It's titus2.com, and they have great resources and materials, and I really feel like it saved my sanity when I was first starting as a homeschool mom. My children are very close in age. They're all right about a year apart, so I kind of felt like I had all toddlers at the same time, and then all younger children, and now all teenagers. So my situation might be a little bit different than yours, and if you only have 2 children, then you're not going to probably get as much quiet time and one-on-one time with your older child, because it's going to be harder to keep the toddler entertained on his own. So what we did was called the buddy system, and I would be at a bigger table with the child doing school, and sometimes I would have the older 2 doing school with me on a group subject, and usually we did math together in the beginning, and then I would help my daughter who needed extra help, and then later they would switch and we would do group English, and then I would help my son who needed extra help on English because that wasn't his jam, and then we would do like a group class, all 3 of us together. That was usually something like singing silly songs together for music or something like that. So while I had the 1 child at the table, the other 2 children were doing what we called special playtime. And every day of the week had something that was designated for just that day. So Monday might have been puzzles, and I would have special different puzzles for the boys to do together, and then for boy and girl to do together. That kept them from being so bored with like the same puzzles all of the time, and I just kind of rotate them through. And then maybe like every 3 months I would just go to the Goodwill or garage sale or something and donate those puzzles and buy some new puzzles and switch it up like that. It was really inexpensive, especially if you can get them from a yard sale, and it was not the same and monotonous all the time. Maybe Tuesday would be Lincoln Logs, and Wednesday would be blocks, and Thursday might be Play-Doh or clay, and then Friday we tried to have it be the most fun day, because Friday, fun day, right? And so we would go outside if it was good weather, and we would do school on the porch, and they could paint on Friday. And I know that painting the rocks and hiding them is like a big thing now. We didn't do that back then. We just painted whatever we painted. I really don't like painting in the house, even with washable paint, because I have an antique dresser right now, to this day, almost 15 years later, still has washable paint on it that I can't get off. So I'm gonna have to take a sander or something to that if I ever want it off. But that is how I kept the other 2 children busy, by having special, very specific activities that they did together. It helps with bonding siblings, and it also keeps them busy for a short amount of time where you can still see them in your peripheral, whether you put them like kind of down the hallway or just in a corner of a room or something like that, so you can just focus on that 1 child. And then if the other children still need help, then I would do a nap time as well. When the children are super young, you don't need as many school hours, I found, as you do later when they're getting ready for college or something like that. So pretty much our schedule was, after breakfast, we would go and have like a group sing-along time or read a book or something like that, maybe poetry. And then we would have the baby, the youngest one, he would do an activity all by himself in a corner. And I would do math with the older two. And then the second oldest, the middle child, he would go with his brother, and I would get their special play out, and they would do something together, whatever it was for that day. And then I would teach their sister whatever else I had to teach for her, or help her with math if she needed extra help with math. And then she would switch and she would play with her brother, the baby, and I would take the middle child and I would help him, usually like extra with language or something like that, whatever he needed help with. And then we would do like a group class on history, all of us together, including the toddler. And then we could eat lunch, and then we could repeat that if we needed to in the afternoon, but usually my kids would take naps, all of them. And then when they stopped taking naps, they were trained on being in their bed, nice and quiet, and just having a relaxing moment, collecting their thoughts or whatever. And that would be about 15 minutes. If they really couldn't fall asleep in that first 15 minutes, then they didn't have to sleep, but they did have to take a few minutes to just calm their mind a bit. And then we would plan our afternoon activities, and that's pretty much how I kept my toddler busy, was with the buddy system. I hope that that makes sense and helps you. If there's something that I said that didn't make any sense to you, go ahead and ask me down in the comments. You can find me on Instagram, and you can message me through there. Yeah. So if you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. And subscribe to the channel if you're new here. My name is Davy Todd, and this channel is all about guiding the home and living joyfully. Thank you. Until next time. Bye.